and so, wait, and then you're your cream. I'm ready to.
I am living proof that Hitler didn't win. I am reminded of that every day. Sometimes I can't believe that man. I thought surviving the Holocaust was going to be the hardest thing I do in my life. Turns out it's trying to build a life with a man who doesn't understand basic politics. I mean, what? We're supposed to forget the last 5 years of war. Pretend the government isn't actively trying to put men like us back into prisons. And yet, Fred wants to risk it all for some dream where we move in together and live happily ever after. Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, Fred, but that is not how the world works. He was not this dim-witted back in university. Back then, she was smart, witty, and spontaneous. And now... And I've told him about the camps, and he keeps up with the news. But if we lose his father's inheritance, who, by the way, works for the Reich, wir sind gefickt. And he tries. Joseph, I'll always be here for you, no matter what. I can't begin to comprehend what you went through, but if you would let me in, maybe I could. Let him in. What does that even mean? That is so selfish of him. You understand what I'm getting at, right? Our world is wrought with hate for men like us. And Fred, I think it's time. I know some people in Vienna will be saved. I thought we both wanted this. And I told him I'd meet him for the 2:00 train. He's probably already there. He was always very punctual. And it wasn't all that hellish. Discounting the murder, beating, torture, starvings, etc. I actually met a really decent man. His name was Aaron. And he was a Kapo officer. The train ride to Flossenburg is very long and very cold. They put all us queer transfers into one tiny car. We can't sit because one corner has to be the bathroom. We can hear the people in the car before us getting beat for unloading too slow. We're all lined up, and a man passes in front of us. There's a calmness about him. We're all lined up, and the SS sergeant marches up to us to read us our special queer regulations. His Kapo ducklings lined up behind him. And I was already wise enough to know exactly why the dignitaries were admiring us in this way. They were on their lookout for a possible lover among the new arrivals. And there he is. That same man. There's a fire behind his eyes, much different than the lust of the other capos. When the sergeant finishes, he comes up to me. Hey you, kid, do you want to come with me? Yes, certainly. Clever kid. I like that. Yes, certainly. I hope you can say more than that. See you around 1896. He reminds me of a friend. So, I keep us a secret and do him favors. He gets me bread, cigarettes, protection, and a new job at the airline plant. Much safer than the Boulder Pit firing range. We often meet in his quarters or office when nobody else is there. His colleagues, they tried to get me to slip up and admit to our friendship, but I always dismiss them. Shoo. They worked for him in the past. He used to lead organized crime, and they fear him. I'm practically untouchable. But that all gets stripped away when Aaron's promoted to head Kapo of Flossenburg. I can't see him anymore because there's too much risk and he's off and gone. But he leaves me little notes and packages. Right. Right. They keep coming for months. Steady. This one isn't his. Pig 1896. Despite my better judgment and protest, you've been assigned a project exterior of Flossenburg. Report to the front gate tomorrow morning at 800 hours. It's 10 lashes on the horse for every minute you're late. That evolution plasme! That evolution blocker! That man, he's the camp commandant and an absolute monster. We don't call him by his name, we all call him Dustbag. Every time one of us is whipped, he touches himself through his pocket. Only if it's a pink triangle. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to look him straight in the eye. In the morning, I'm walking over to the front gate when Aaron. I walk up next to him. Carry that. You're to be my personal assistant for the trip. Clever kid. I don't see him again until we get to the church we're staying at. That was very strange. A church. The nuns, well, they treated us like anyone else. They didn't know who we were. They talked to us. They fed us. It was the first time in years I actually ate a meal. Half of China. But they had no clue what was going on. We had to tell them from our dirt-stained jowls what truly was happening inside the camps. The news, it appeared, was reporting lies. That night, I bring Aaron's bag to his room. So, how have you been? Aaron. Aaron. Why do you keep sending me things? Bread, cigarettes, your letters. Aaron, are those letters true? Not many boys can keep a secret like you do. You're a sticker kid. I like that. And I like you still more for it. Even though I'd rather have a bird. I know about you into Gypsy. When were you going to tell me? You left me and I needed protection. When you were with me, it was enough, but since you've been gone, everyone thought they could fuck with me again. It doesn't matter. Yes, it matters. I'm out there wondering if you're still alive. I never even knew if those letters made it to your desk, let alone if you were trying to write back. And then I had to find out through Dustbag that you are sneaking around with a gypsy. I knew you were trouble as soon as I saw you. So then what were all those calls to your office? And all those times you saved me from Dustbag? You didn't have to do that. No other capos pardoned their boys. Why can't you say it? Say it! Aaron! he pushed me out of the room. I don't see him for the rest of the trip, or much after it, to be honest. His letters stopped, even though I wrote to him almost every day. His final gift was getting me promoted to the head capo of the queer airline factory. I was the first pink triangle to be a capo. Woohoo! He did. But he never said it. And that stuck in my heart, sharper than any knife ever could. I said it to Fred, right? I mean, I must have. I've been... Scheiße, the train! Fred! Fred, don't get on the train! I'll let you in. I'm afraid, Fred. I want your dream. I do. It's just not that simple. I can't just drop everything that I've been through. It's like a black sludge made of ash and blood that clings to my back like a snail. Please understand me. I had a lover. I needed to survive. I couldn't have stopped him even if I had the choice. And I cared for him deeply. I know you don't understand, but things were different in there. These things, they were not allowed. And he gave me the space to experience these things, and now I want to experience them with you. Please, take me with you. I want to go with you. But if you can't take everything that I have with me, then I'll understand. So, does this mean you do want to move in together? Yes. And Fred, I love you.